We're now focused on navigating through a document. It's continuation of the skills review for Chapter 1, 1-38 through 1-41. We are on 1-41. It wants us to click through the page menu list, arrow at the bottom left of the document window, then click 3. So basically, here's where they want you to be starting for that, showing you that you can navigate through the pages at the bottom of the document window as well, and then it wants us to be stuck on page 3. You can also do that through this little arrow here, so that we are on page 3. Click View on the menu bar, then click Fit Spread and Window. So we see the entire spread. These are 2 separate pages. If you don't already know that from your Pages menu, you at least know that you are on page 2, 3. Okay, now it wants you to click on the Next Spread button. Last spread, next spread. Okay. Step 4, click the previous spread button twice. Now we're on page 1. Step 5, click the Pages icon in the stack of collapsed panels to expand the Pages panel if it is not already expanded, and ours is. Step 6, double-click the page 6 icon on the Pages panel. There's no page 6. I think that was an error. Step 7, double-click the page 3 icon on the Pages panel. It's showing us that you can navigate from page to page. Step 8, double-click the numbers 2, 3 beneath the page 2 and page 3 icons on the Pages panel. So if you double-click on the pages numbers below, it actually brings you to the entire spread, but if you double-click on the actual page, it'll bring you to that page in particular. Okay, so that's the difference. Step 9, click Layout on the menu bar, then click First Page. You can also navigate that way through the menu bar. So this skills review really is showing you different ways to navigate. You can navigate at the bottom of the document window, you can navigate in the Pages panel, you can navigate up in the menu. Step 10, enter Control-J on the Windows or Command-J to open the Go to Page dialog box. Command-J. That's a quick command to bring up the Go to Page dialog box, and then it wants us to enter 5. You can enter that, or you can just click here. Then press Enter or OK. It brings us to page 5. That's yet another way that you can navigate through the pages of your document. Okay, save the file, so Command S or Control S on the Windows. Step 12, click the page 5 thumbnail on the Pages panel. Click the Pages panel option button, point to Page Attributes. That option button is up here. We can go down to Page Attributes. Point to Color Label, then click Blue. Okay. Click the page numbers 2, 3 in the Pages panel to select both thumbnails. Step 15, click the Pages panel option button, point to Page Attributes, point to Color Label, then click Orange. Page Attributes, Color Panel, click Orange. So now we are actually labeling our pages with colors, which some people, if you have a catalog or a really long document you're working with, it's easy just to note. If you have designs that are consistent every other spread, you can then visualize those a little bit better. These are actually appeasing different learners, so it's a great way to do that in the pages for navigation purposes. Okay, so your pages should resemble Figure 42, which it does. Okay. Step 16, save the file. So now go ahead and do a Control S to save. Work with objects and smart guides. We're now going to open InDesign 1-4. You can close out of this document. Make sure you know where it is because you're going to want to upload it to the submission link for this week's skills review requirement. Let's go ahead and do a file open. Navigate to ID 1-4. Open that up. All right, and then save it as skills objects. File, save as, skills objects. I have HANA on my desktop. This will also stay on my desktop. Click the selection tool. It's already clicked. Step 2, click the selection tool, then click to select the object. Click and drag various handles and note how the object is resized. So you can see this text box has a blue background. You see that in your fill. Okay. We are now activated on the stroke because that is in front of the fill. So if you want to activate the fill, you have to make sure the fill is in front of the stroke. Okay, a lot of times that's hard to remain conscious of, but anyway. I always like to work in the bottom right to change the handle for the handle resizing purposes. I don't like to work with any other of these handles very often because sometimes it does weird things and it will align things in a way that I don't want it to. So the bottom right hand handle is one that I like to work with best. Undo all the moves you just made. So that would be a Control Z or a Command Z on the Mac. You just keep doing it until you get back to how it was originally. Press and hold Shift, then drag the top left corner handle towards the left edge of the document. Hold up Shift. Now you notice that it is scaled proportionately so that it's always a square when I drag it. Now it wants you to undo the move, so Control Z. Press and hold Alt on Windows or Option on the Mac, then click and drag any corner handle. See what happens. It's automatically sizes it from the center. Undo the move. Now we're moving to page 1-42 in the skills review. Step 9, press and hold Control on the Windows or Command on the Mac, then click any and drag any corner handle. It actually scales it proportionately and enlarges what is inside of the text frame as well. Undo the move. Step 11, press and hold Shift, Control, Alt on the Windows or Shift Command Option on the Mac. Then drag any corner handle. It actually enlarges from the center proportionately. Now you notice it really didn't enlarge the text proportionately, and that is because the text is based on points. Okay, so step 12, click File on the menu bar, click Revert, and then click Yes. So it actually brings that document back to how it was when you opened it. So that's the best thing about InDesign. You can actually go back to how things were. You can undo things, which isn't always possible in other programs. Step 13, select the text frame, then copy it. So you can do a Control C to copy, or you can also find that under Edit, Copy. Step 14, click Edit on the menu bar, then click Paste in Place. Now we pasted a second one right over the top. Step 15, drag the copy to the right so that it's beside the original object. Select the left object. Press and hold Alt on the Windows or Option on the Mac, then drag a copy of the object to the left so that your screen resembles Figure 43. So to quickly copy an object, instead of doing Command-C or going to Edit, Copy, you'll want to hold down Alt, click, and drag, and that's another quick way to copy an object. And that's over cross platforms, so you can actually use that Alt, click, and drag, and it's Option, click, and drag on the Mac, and then it's also the same in Photoshop and Illustrator, the Option, click, and drag. Select all three objects. Now one way to do that is you can do a box select, and that's an invisible box select by clicking and dragging over all the objects. See, they're all activated. Or you can do a Command or Control A on the Windows, Command on the Mac. Or you can do Object Select, Next Object, Previous Next Object, First Object above. So you can do all of that as well. But I like to do a Command A because it's just simple. Click Step 19, click and drag various handles to resize all three objects. You can see how that's done. Step 20, click Edit on the menu bar, then click Cut. And that's a Command X for your quick command key. Save the file, Control S or Command S. Now step number 22, click Object, then click Show All on Spread. Select all three objects. Click Object on the menu bar, then click Group. So we're grouping them into one object. That's what the grouping command is. Step 24, click the selection tool, click anywhere on the pasteboard to deselect it, then click the green diamond. It shows you that they're still grouped. Click the pasteboard to deselect. Click the direct selection tool, which is the open arrow. If you hover over it, it'll tell you. Then click the green diamond. It only selects the green diamond. So direct selection kind of targets something within a group or targets one particular thing within one element. Select all. Okay. And that selected the entire diamond and its anchor points. Then click Object on the menu bar, then click Ungroup. Actually, I think you're supposed to select all after deselecting. It didn't tell us to deselect. Sometimes the vocabulary in here isn't always that accurate. So do a Command A or a Control A, then do Object Ungroup. Now we've ungrouped our elements. Now they're all separate elements if you click. Step 27, click the selection tool, select the small circle, click Object, then click Lock. I think I got it there. There we go. You can see a little lock symbol here, and so that means if you click it and try to move it, it won't go anywhere. Click Object on the menu bar, then click Unlock All on Spread. Okay. Select All, click Object on the menu bar, then click Hide. We're going to continue on in the next video.